Hey, welcome to a video. I'm going to just cover a comment that I got the other day that I thought would be a good discussion. I know I haven't been available for a while, so hopefully you guys will appreciate this. So this comment came from SD, and it basically was in response to a video I had done a while back on parental alienation and coping with a nightmare. Basically, how do you cope when your children have been turned? Anyways, the comment says, I gave up when I saw that what the fighting was doing to the kids. I was the bigger person and stepped away. He won, we lost. And what I wanted to hit on this is you have to understand the enemy that you're dealing with, the depths of what they're willing to do, which will blow your mind as you're going through it. You're going to more than likely not question, but you're going to be looking at it going, how in the world can a person do these things? Who would do this? Who would try to destroy a relationship with another parent? Who would put their kids through this? Because up until the time that you go through this, you don't ever anticipate that this would really happen. You think that a person would look at the situation, accept the fact that they hate you, but that they care about their kids, and wouldn't go to the depths that they're going. The problem is that these people are way off. They can't think along those lines, so it's not like they're going to be able to take a step back and really try to look to what's in the best interest of the children. They are going to do whatever is in their best interest, and hurting you and or pushing you out of the picture is their goal. Typically what happens in this is that you really get caught up in trying to understand why and how this would happen, and running this scenario in your head over and over and over again, trying to figure out in what world this would be a justified response. So you try to rationalize it, or you try to look at your situation. A lot of people even will look at their own at themselves and question, what in the world could I have done to warrant this type of response? Well, the reality is there's nothing. Well, okay, maybe there is something that someone could do to warrant this type of response, but typically in these type of situations, there's nothing that warrants it. Doesn't matter. They will also typically try to use anything that you do in defense of yourself as the justification of doing that. So I've experienced this, and I've talked to a ton of people who have experienced this as well, to where you do something to fight back. You do something to hold a boundary. You do something to try to protect yourself. And they come back and they try to make it sound as if, well, had you not done that, then I would not have to retaliate, or I wouldn't have done these other things. And the reality is that's not the case. They are going to do whatever the hell they want. No matter what you do, they're going to find a justification for it. If you do something that makes it easier, obviously they will use that. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You could be the best person in the world, and they're still going to fight you tooth and nail on this. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. And typically what happens is they push so damn hard that whenever you hold your ground, so to speak, because what other choice do you have? You are then painted as somebody who's created the problem. So just don't beat yourself up on that. And then just going back to this comment, I gave up when I saw what fighting the kids was doing to, or what was doing to the kids. Now, I'm not sure exactly in the context of that comment, whether they, probably in the context of the video, they probably are saying that they just stepped away. They gave up. And I will say that if your kids have been completely turned and you have no leverage with them. Let me back up. I don't necessarily mean leverage. What I mean is that if whenever the kids are with you, just you and them for whatever, however long it is, if that's a nightmare, you've effectively lost. If when it's just you and the kids and the other parent's not around to where the kids are looking over their shoulder to question what's going on, and then things are fine, then you still have an opportunity to salvage the situation and repair it. So I think the final thoughts I would leave you with on this is, if you're in that situation, look at that. Look at how things are when it's just you and the kids. If it's okay, then I wouldn't necessarily recommend walking away. I would stick with it. Pick your battles with the ex, because in that situation, then you really have to be careful of the pitfalls and the traps that they're laying for you, so that you don't fall for it and make the situation worse. Personally, I'm dealing with that with my youngest. There are some wedge issues, I like to call them, where I have to really tread lightly, because in my opinion, what the ex is trying to do is set it up to where I take the bad side of a decision, like the typical double binds we often talk about, and drive that wedge with my youngest. And it's an ongoing battle. It's tough and it gets really tiring. There are times where I just kind of look at it and go, oh my God, 3 more years, and everybody's an adult. All of this crap is done. I will have done my job as to the best of my ability to help my children move on into adulthood. But it's draining. I've been doing this for nine years, and it's not the easiest thing in the world to do. Now, not to leave you on a depressing note, because I think that kind of sounds depressing, but what I will say is I absolutely see the light at the end of the tunnel. I still have a good relationship with all my kids, and I'm almost through this, and I'm really looking forward to the next phase of my life on this. And it's hard to see that when you're early in it. I'll tell you, back in the day, whenever I was looking at it going, oh my God, I got 12 years left of this. 12? Yeah, because I think my youngest was 6 at the time. And that seemed an insurmountable amount of time. It was like, oh my God, that's, I'll never recover. I mean, it was just this catastrophic thinking of how horrible this scenario was going to be. Now, I'm not going to lie. I mean, I'm not going to say that this has been like a bucket full of rainbows, because it hasn't. It has been really difficult, but it has not been as bad as I thought it was going to be. And, which is good. And I think that there's an opportunity for you to have a similar experience that I'm having. So curious what you think about this discussion. I'd like to drive the conversation more in the comments below. So please comment how you feel about this, and I'll catch you on the next video. All right, take care. Bye.